Paris Olympics 2024 are well in full view, and they're set to kickstart in July and run all the way until August. 32 disciplines will be present, with women's football being part of those that will be competing. The African continent, as far as women's football is concerned, can only have 2 representatives. And the big question is, who will make the top 2 spots? Morocco will be aiming to be one of the teams that make it as one of the favorites, or should I say as one of the teams that qualify for the spectacle, considering the fact that a lot of investment has been put into Moroccan football, but also not forgetting that they made their debut at the FIFA Women's World Cup. So possibly another debut would be great.
100%. I mean, you already mentioned it. This is a country that has really put in a lot of investment in women's football.
Yeah.
They're keeping the consistency. They're setting an example, to say if you do invest in women's football, you're going to see great results. And that's exactly what they're doing. I'm super excited for this team, and I think they are probably going to make it to the finals, just given their performance and how they've been playing. Looking at this tournament, they played their first away game against Tunisia. They walked away with the win, and the score was 2-1. I think looking into that game, and you're looking at the performance, they absolutely played like a team that actually wants to make it to go to the finals.
Yeah.
They want to make their biggest debut again and breaking records. They want to be the trending topic. So we saw the first goal came in at the 43rd minute by Tegna Woods, who's an absolute favorite on the show. But I think Tunisia had a little bit of hope. Kabachi actually scored at the 51st minute, and I think that was the equalizer that probably, could have made both the teams to, feel like they're still a deciding goal that can, go either way. But Shiavak, your favorite, actually came in just a few minutes after that. And
when days attack, I call upon my captain.
My leadership scored at the 54th minute, and that is how the game ended. And obviously, their home game, they did not come to play. 4-1 was the score, and they did exceptionally well. And now they move on to the next round.
Morocco up against Zambia is going to be a clash of, should I say, the titans. And the reason why I say this, I see Morocco as a titan because it's just this team that we know it's well put together. We know the investment and everything that's happening behind the scenes. But Zambia, on the other hand, they are the ones that went to the Olympics when we only had one slot. They are the ones who know how to get there, and they know the pressures of the Olympics. So them going head to head, I think is going to be really interesting. Let's talk about Zambia.
One of those interesting matches. I think the pairing of these teams actually just wants to give us a lot of action. I mean, looking at Banyana Banyana and Nigeria, we're going to have...
I've got anxiety. The hair on my head will never grow because of the anxiety that I have.
We all have that anxiety, but I think it's going to be a definitely good one. We have Barbara Banda, definitely, to mention some of the exceptional players that Zambia does have. She scored in this running, and we know she's a girl who's very known with her goals, and I think she's going to bring that flair. Rachel Kudananji, I mean... She's still on that hype, and she's an exceptional player. We know now with her international experience, she's been really delivering. Musonda as well. We know we saw her clean sheet records in the past, and I think that it's going to be a very difficult one to penetrate onto, behind the back of the net. But I really think that this is going to be a very intense, very high active game. But I'm still thinking that, Morocco, in terms of their analysis, I think they might really walk away with the win.
Are we saying Morocco because of the resources and how they're able to prepare for this fixture, or are we saying it because they just have a better squad in terms of personnel, in your opinion?
I think both, because I don't think the tools and the resources that you might have as a team just, are the giveaway or the formula and recipe for you to win. But I think it's different components and elements of you being a team, whether it's the legs, whether it's the investment, the technology that you have around, researching other games, researching other players, seeing their style of play, how to work around that. I think it plays a huge component. So I think they just sit in a better advantage compared to Zambia in terms of, all the resources that you could possibly need. And I mean, they do have deeper pockets in order for them to do what it needs, what needs to be done in order for you to advance. So I think, slightly though, because Zambia does come with the experience, as we've mentioned. We've seen them, contend for the longest of times, and they've really represented Africa very well in that space. But I definitely think that Morocco is one team to really look out for, and they're going to do well.
Of the 4 teams that are left within the qualifying stages of the Olympics, when it comes to the African continent, that is, who do you think needs this the most?
Ooh, that is a very loaded question. And how am I not supposed to be biased in this answer?
I'm just asking because other people would say it's just the Olympics, right? And then other people would be like, but the last time we were there was 2016.
Yeah.
Surely we must be back again.
Because I was about to say the same thing without trying to sound biased, because I think Banyana Banyana, that knockout we had against Botswana still hurts till this day. And I know Linda remembers it very well and the rest of the other players. And I think that we want to make sure that this time around, we don't go through the same pain. And looking at how well we've been doing, whether it's a WAFCON, us finishing in the top 16, and how changes have been made in the national team. I want to say our girls need it the most, but maybe I'm being biased.
I guess it's food for thought. You at home, who do you think needs this Olympics appearance more than ever? Could it be Zambia because they were there at the previous Olympics? Could it be South Africa? 2016 was the last time. Could it be Morocco? This will be their first time. Who is it going to be? Or could it be Nigeria?